What will happen if we are not using any kind of attribute or methods on the parameter of the action method? Let's understand the default way of data binding in ASP.NET Core web application. Remember, we can send the data in URL and the body of any HTTP request. Now, if we are sending the data in the URL, then it will get bind automatically with all the primitive data type parameters. For example, integer, float, string, character, etc. If we are using these simple parameters, then the data binding will work with the URL data. If we are using any complex type parameter in the action method, then by default it will look for the body of the request. If there is any matching data in the body of the request, then the binding will take place. Let's understand this in the real world application. Let's comment this extra code. And first let's start with the data that is coming in the URL. Here let's add a new parameter of string type name and let's update the output. If you are watching all the videos carefully, then at this point you must know that we can send the data in URL by using two ways. First is we can simply pass the data in the route, and second is we can pass the data in the query string. Let's understand both of them. So first we will start with the query string. Here let's put a breakpoint and run this application in debug mode. Let's open the Postman. Since we are trying to work with the query string, so here we need to enter the query. It is name is equals to like this. Just hit the send button. Here we got the debugger and let's verify the value. So here is the value in the string parameter. This is working fine. Let's say what will happen if we are having multiple parameters over here. Run this application again, and over here this time we need to pass the area also. So we have to put an end area is equals to, let's say it is 200. Hit the send button. Let's say what we got in both the parameters. First we are having name, and in the second one we are having the integer 200 value. Remember, we are passing the data in form of string from the URL, but here we are getting the data in the integer. This is happening because of the model binder. The model binder will look for the exact name in the query string and here in the parameter, and it will map the data. If there is an possible conversion, then the model binder will also convert that data to the target type. What will happen if we will change the order of all these query strings? Let's say I'm using this area first and then this name later, like this. Hit the send button. Notice there is no impact on the values of the parameters. So if you are using query string, then the order of the parameter doesn't matter. The model binder will look for the exact name matching. If there is an exact match, then the binding of the data will take place. If not, then it simply will not work. In ASP.NET Core Web API, we can also pass the data in URL without the query string. Let's see how can we do that. So here we can pass the data in the URL like this. First I'm using name and then I'm using the area. Now what will happen? The data that is coming in the URL, that will get bind with these parameters automatically. Let's run this application again. This time we do not have to pass the data in the query string. We simply can use the URL and we can pass the data. First we have to pass the name of the country. Let's say it is India, and then we have to pass the area. Let's say it is 200. Just click on the send button. Let's say what we got in this parameter. So here is the name of the country, and over here we have the exact area. So this is how the binding will work if you are not using any other attribute in this action method. Let's verify the order of the parameters in this situation also. For example, I'm using this area first and then this name. Let's see how it will work. Like this. So in the URL we are using this area as a first parameter, but here in the action method we are using this area as a second parameter. So first let's try to pass some wrong data, because in the first one we are expecting some integer value and in the second one we are expecting an string value. Let's say how the binding will work with the wrong data. Here you can notice that we got 400 bad requests because there is some problem in the client data. That is why we are having this 400 data. Okay, this time now let's pass the correct data. So we have to pass this 200 first and then the name of the country. Like this. Just hit the send button. We got the debugger in the action method, and here is the value of name and here is the value of area. So if you are passing the data in the URL either in the query string or directly in the route, then the order of the parameter does not matter. You can pass the data in any order. The model binder will look only for the exact name. Now let's learn how to work with the complex data in ASP.NET Core. I'm just removing this code for a while, and over here I'm using the country model like this. Just for the verification, let's use the country dot name. Let's remove these parameters from this URL also, and let's make it post. Let's run this application. Here we are in the postman. So this time we are working with the post request. So let's use the post method. Now navigate to the body section, and here we need to pass some data in the body. We will be using the JSON format, and over here we can pass some data like this. We have to remove this data from the URL and again try to send the request. We got the debugger in this action method, and let's verify the values. So here you can notice we are having all three properties in this country object. So by default, if you are working with the complex data, then the binding will work with the body, and if you are passing the data in the URL, then the binding will work with the primitive data type. Just to verify this concept, let's pass the similar data in the URL also. So here, let's say I'm passing the name. Let's say the name is China, then population is equals to 900. Let's pass only two values. Hit the send button again. Let's see what we got over here, and here you can notice that still we are getting data from body. Now let's say you want to implement some logic, like you want to read the complex data only from the URL, not from the body. Or for some parameters, let's say you want to get the data only from the query string, not from the route, etc. To handle these scenarios, we have to use some attributes. In upcoming videos, we will focus on all these attributes one by one.